Hi, I'm meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center with a quick update on Hurricane Helene. Of course, not a threat to New England, but down along the Gulf Coast, a lot of people have family and friends that live in Florida and even Georgia, so just giving you an update here. This is a late Thursday night, midnight, almost Friday morning kind of an update here in the Weather Center. Here's the latest. The storm made landfall at around Thursday night, about 10:30 on Florida's Big Bend. Kind of moved, the eye of the storm moved right over the small city of Perry, Florida, in the Florida Panhandle. It continues to work north. It came ashore as a Category 4 hurricane with winds of 140 miles per hour, and you can clearly see the eye of the storm right in here. This is as of almost midnight. This red ring right around the eye is called the eye wall. That's where the intense 100-plus mile per hour winds are located. Take a look at a high-resolution satellite photo, and you can see the eye still showing up on the satellite right here. Looks like it's getting ready to cross the Florida-Georgia border at this hour. The hurricane warnings, obviously no surprise here, in red continue through the Florida Panhandle and up through Valdosta and into Georgia. It's going to be a very stormy night for Georgia into Friday morning. That includes the city of Atlanta. It wouldn't surprise me if the airport of Atlanta perhaps may shut down for a little bit. I mean, one of the busiest airports in the world. And that certainly has impacts on flights here in New England and Providence. These are the wind gusts within the last couple of hours. Got to put my glasses on to see a little better here. Look at the small town of Perry, right here. Watch that wind right there as the eye came close to about 100 miles per hour. And these 100-mile-an-hour winds are going to cross into the southern part of Georgia very shortly. So the track of the storm moving north and moving through towards, Georgia. Here we are Friday morning at 7 a.m. It looks like it's on the Georgia-South Carolina border. And then the remnants of the storm as it weakens over the next couple of days, this is Saturday night, rather than coming up the East Coast and spoiling our weekend with rain, all that moisture spins back across the Mississippi Valley and stalls. Here in New England, we'll get some clouds a little bit from the storm, but no precipitation. Speaking of precipitation, I mean, no surprise here, just excessive amounts of rain. And we're talking through the Appalachians, the southern Appalachians, extreme flooding and mudslides up in here. So flooding due to freshwater flooding due to rain. And then, of course, there's the storm surge, which is the most dangerous part of the hurricane, and the surge up to 15 to 20 feet. Now these surge levels will be coming down overnight as the storm moves inland. It's the most dangerous part of a hurricane. In fact, let me show you kind of a cross section. We've had storm surges here in southern New England. 1938 hurricane, Carol in 54. So here's kind of a normal high tide on any given day, but when you get a hurricane with strong onshore winds over 100 miles per hour, just pushing water towards the coastline, that water piles up, and the net result is this incredible surge. And in some cases, this is over 15 feet for parts of the Florida coastline coming on shore. The power of moving water can just knock down structures. And without a doubt, this is the most dangerous part of a hurricane. So check back on 12 News this morning, starting at 4:30 a.m. TJ will be talking more about this, as well as the storm will be at that time moving through Georgia and Atlanta, weakening to eventually a tropical storm, but they're going to be hurricane force conditions in the state of Georgia overnight and through Friday morning.